Imagine a land scorched by the sun, where rivers dwindle to trickles and the very air shimmers with heat. Now, picture that same land transformed, not by magic, but by pure, unadulterated human ingenuity. Lush green fields stretching to the horizon, orchards bursting with fruit, an entire civilization thriving, not despite the desert, but because they bent nature to their will. How did they do it? Act 1. Context and stakes. To understand this incredible transformation, we need to travel back over 1,000 years, to a time when much of Europe was still emerging from the so-called Dark Ages. While northern lands struggled, a vibrant new civilization was flourishing in the south, across the Iberian Peninsula. This was Al-Andalus, a sophisticated Islamic society, a beacon of learning, science, and culture. But Al-Andalus faced a monumental existential problem. It was, and still is, a notoriously arid region. Think vast sun-baked plains and mountains that offer little respite from the relentless sun. Sounds like an unlikely place for an agricultural revolution, right? But the population was booming. Cities like Cordoba, Seville, and Granada swelled with scholars, artisans, and merchants. All of them needed food. All of them needed water. The stakes couldn't have been higher. Without a sustainable way to feed its people, this flourishing civilization would wither and die, just like a plant starved of moisture. Their core problem was deceptively simple: water scarcity. The rain simply wasn't enough, and rivers were too distant or too unreliable. They needed to do more than just survive. They needed to thrive. They needed to turn a dry, unforgiving landscape into a fertile garden. Many might have given up, but the engineers and visionaries of Al-Andalus saw not an insurmountable obstacle, but an invitation to innovate. They knew they couldn't just pray for rain. They had to build it. But how do you create an oasis where none should exist? Act 2. Struggle and discovery. The answer didn't come overnight. It was the culmination of centuries of knowledge, relentless experimentation, and an extraordinary fusion of ideas. The engineers of Al-Andalus didn't start from scratch. They were brilliant synthesizers. They meticulously studied the hydraulic knowledge of the Romans, whose aqueducts and baths were testament to their mastery of water. But then they looked east. From Persia and other parts of the Islamic world, they integrated groundbreaking innovations, refining and perfecting them for their own unique challenges. This wasn't just copying, it was a profound leap forward. Their aha moment wasn't a single flash of insight, but a sustained period of meticulous design and strategic implementation. Imagine hundreds, perhaps thousands of brilliant minds working collaboratively. Surveyors crisscrossing vast stretches of land, calculating precise gradients. Craftsmen carving through rock and soil. The sheer scale of their ambition is almost dizzying. They didn't just build a few canals. They designed vast, interconnected irrigation networks. Systems so sophisticated, they still astound us today. One of their most iconic innovations was the Noria, the giant water wheel. Picture the majestic Norias de Murcia. Still standing, their wooden gears slowly, rhythmically lifting water from a river into a waiting channel. Or the iconic Albolafia wheel in Cordoba, turning as it has for centuries, a living monument to human ingenuity. These weren't just functional machines. They were beautiful, almost poetic marvels of engineering. But they didn't stop at the surface. They went underground. The qanats were perhaps their most ingenious solution. Subterranean tunnels, sometimes miles long, that tapped into distant aquifers, bringing precious water to the surface through gentle gravity-fed slopes. Think about that for a second. A hidden network of life-giving arteries, silently nourishing the land above. This wasn't simple digging. It required immense geological understanding, precise surveying, and incredible human labor. And then there were the acequias, open canals, often gravity-fed, weaving intricate patterns across the landscape. They weren't just ditches. They were engineered marvels, carefully designed with subtle slopes to ensure water flowed evenly, reaching every single field. From high mountain springs, down through valleys, to the very edge of the cities, water was directed, distributed, and managed with unparalleled precision. If you were to see an aerial view of verdant, terraced fields flourishing against a parched backdrop, it would be a breathtaking testament to these systems. A stark contrast, wouldn't you agree? These systems were the engines of a silent revolution. Act 3. Impact and Legacy. The impact of this hydrological genius was nothing short of profound. Al-Andalus underwent an agricultural revolution. Suddenly, lands that were once barren bloomed. New crops like citrus fruits, rice, sugarcane, and cotton were introduced and flourished, transforming the diet and economy of the entire Iberian Peninsula. Imagine the vibrancy, the abundance, the sheer joy of a society no longer constrained by the capricious whims of nature. But their influence extended far beyond just growing more food. Al-Andalus became a crucible for hydrological science. They developed advanced methods for water distribution, measurement, and conservation. They even pioneered the concept of water rights, establishing complex legal frameworks to ensure equitable and sustainable access for everyone, a concept that echoes in modern water management globally. Think about that. Principles of sustainable resource management developed over 1,000 years ago, still relevant today. These techniques, these incredible engineering feats, didn't stay confined to the Iberian Peninsula. They rippled across Europe, influencing irrigation practices, agricultural methods, and engineering for centuries to come. From the huertas of Valencia to the advanced canal systems of subsequent European empires, the DNA of Andalusian water management is unmistakable. Believe it or not, many of these systems are still in use, providing water to communities and fields today. It's an enduring legacy of human brilliance, a testament to what's possible when we combine curiosity with determination. The ingenuity of Al-Andalus reminds us of humanity's enduring ability to adapt and innovate, to look at an seemingly impossible challenge, like turning a desert into a garden and transform it into a triumph. It's a story of vision, precision, and an unwavering belief in the power of engineering to shape our world for the better. Ending and CTA. So the next time you see a lush green field or enjoy a juicy orange, remember the forgotten water wizards of Al-Andalus. Remember how they stared down a parched landscape and imagined a garden, then built it, brick by painstaking brick, canal by winding canal. Their story isn't just about ancient history, it's a powerful lesson for us today about innovation, sustainability, and the incredible potential of the human spirit. If you found this deep dive into ancient ingenuity as fascinating as I did, hit that like button. What other ancient technologies blow your mind? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories of human brilliance from across history. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.